So what's up everybody? This is going to be a video about divinity and Black Clover. I know I talked about this before in multiple videos. At this point we're getting a lot of Norse, Greek, and Judeo-Christianity type of mixture, and I want to talk about the possibility of St. Michael coming into the story. So let's get into this. First of all, if you like anime, manga reviews, discussion, spoilers, and theories, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, so Wei should hit me with some false copyright strikes. So if you see yourself not being subscribed to the channel, I didn't boot you out. It's just I literally had to build up a channel from scratch all over again. So if you want to subscribe again, definitely hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate the like, comment, and subscribe, regardless if you're new or old. Just a warning, I do cover spoilers, and also look out, I'm doing a Patreon. So when it comes to divinity and Black Clover, this is a topic. It could be a little bit confusing with what we gotten teased in Black Clover throughout the story, because we went to a seabed temple that worshipped a sea god. When you think about sea gods, you automatically think Poseidon, but there is a Norse sea god as well. The Norse god, I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name, but I'm just going to call him the Norse god of water. He does sink people to the bottom of the ocean if you don't sacrifice something for him. So a lot of times Vikings used to sacrifice prisoners through war or just whatever to make sure that they get a safe trip throughout the seas. You can also argue that the seabed temple could be a reference to Poseidon. However, I'm leaning a little bit more towards it being for the Norse god of water, because the seabed temple arc started with Noelle training and learning how to control her magic so that the Black Bulls can get to the temple. So as we all know, Noelle has the Valkyrie armor, which comes from Norse mythology. With that being said, Norse, Greek, Judeo-Christianity, and a lesser tone Celtic has been a huge influence in Black Clover. We saw a dryad, and that comes from Greek mythology. So it's interesting to see a dryad with elves, because they're technically not in the same mythology, but they're in Black Clover. So you see that influence between different cultures. I would love to see something with Egypt, but I doubt we're gonna get that, at least with this continent. Maybe if they go to past the Spade Kingdom, there's a possibility of Japanese and Egyptian mythology being placed into the storyline. I can see that happening. However, when it comes to the world map that we know so far, it's based on Europe, because a lot of the people's names are Italian or French and also Spanish. So you can see that Black Clover, at least the world map that they're in now, is going to have a lot of European mythologies mixed into it. We also seen that Rill did a painting of Odin. Odin obviously comes from Norse mythology. However, how did Rill know how Odin looked like? It makes me to believe that there is stories about Odin in Black Clover, and I think Odin might come into the storyline some way or another. Even though Black Clover itself, the name, the clover, comes more from a Celtic origin. However, in Japan that does have a meaning too, but it's more famous through the Celtic meaning. And Celtics and Vikings did live near each other. Even though they're different ethnicities, there's a lot of similarity between the two. You can see the crossroads within the mythology. I definitely see Black Clover having a mixture divinity. So we're most likely going to have that one particular figure god that's going to be on a higher level than everybody, because Not said when he was talking about the Dark Triad that he won't forgive them even if God forgives the Dark Triad. The fact that he said God instead of gods shows that there is a monotheistic, not only religion in Black Clover, because we do see Austin, raised in the church from the Hodge village. It's clear that they have some sort of Catholicism / Christianity involved in there. However, I think there's going to be multiple gods in Black Clover, like multiple divine beings, but there's going to be that one divine being that is above everybody. Something like Odin, something like Zeus. However, divine beings could include angels, but I think there's going to be gods, and then there's going to be angels. It's going to be more towards like angels are probably going to have more of a Valkyrie type of sense, where they're more warriors and probably do the gods and goddesses deeds. However, that's not to say that angels from Judeo-Christianity won't be involved, because the fact that we have Lucifer in Black Clover, St. Michael is around the corner. I mean, St. Michael and Lucifer go hand in hand. Every time you see medias about Lucifer, you see St. Michael being mentioned. That being said, St. Michael is a warrior angel. We know that Valkyries are more female, angelic looking divine beings. I think angels in Black Clover are going to be basically the guards and the soldiers for the gods and goddesses in Black Clover. So I definitely see St. Michael coming in soon, either to help the current cast defeat Lucifero, or possibly just bringing back order to the chaos of the world, because we're still not sure how the Tree of Cliff at the beginning was closed back again. I'm getting a feeling it had to do something with divinity, but with all this negative and negativity coming out in Black Clover, I wouldn't wouldn't be surprised if the opposite comes into the story to counterbalance everything. All the negativity that Lucifer is throwing out there with the tree of Cliff-Off and him being the king of devils, who else can counter him at this point? It has to be St. Michael. I know Asta has the possibility of defeating Lucifer with his anti-magic, and it will rub the fandom wrong in a certain way because we all want Asta to avenge his mother. However, Asta's just not at that level yet. That leads me to believe that St. Michael is most likely going to come in Black Clover. St. Michael will probably be an angel doing one of the god's deeds, because maybe somebody that's witnessing the battle with Lucifer is praying to a god or goddess that they worship. That's going to lead to St. Michael coming in there. I say it's going to be a god or goddess because, like I mentioned before, Black Clover looks like it's going to have a mixture of a lot of mythologies, because keep in mind, Unos attacks, the spirit Boris, the spirit Euros, that's all Greek based, and those are gods of winds. There's no way St. Michael is not going to be a part of the story. Either he's going to bless Asta in a certain way, maybe Asta gets a grace or a power up that comes from angelic background, who knows, because it'll be really epic to see Asta doing angelic powers with demonic powers and somehow mixing them together. That'd be amazing. So that's basically it. Hopefully you like this video. It's more of a discussion than a theory. I just really wanted to talk about divinity and Black Clover, how I'm seeing such a mixture between Greek, Norse, and Judeo-Christianity. I wonder if there's going to be Japanese mythology thrown into it. So let me know what you think about this discussion. What mythology do you think Black Clover is going to focus more on? Do you think it's going to be Norse? Do you think it's going to be Celtic? Do you think it's going to be Greek, Judeo-Christianity? Or do you think it's going to be a mixture of all? Do you think we're going to see St. Michael in Black Clover? I think at this point we're probably going to see him. Do you think Lucifer and St. Michael will have an interesting backstory, something similar to Judeo-Christianity, or do you think it's not going to happen? Do you think Lucifer was once an angel but was dropped down and became a fallen angel, which is why he has a second form? Like if you liked the video, comment, subscribe, and I'm out of here.